Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? So I was woken up this morning by somebody on my property because my Amazon parcel showed up. Figured we'd start the video off with cracking into this thing. Where the frick is my knife? There it is. So let's go ahead and cut into the box. I already know what's in here, but you guys don't. Well, you do because I told you. I bought a fishing jersey, some line, and something else. So here is that Yozuri copolymer line. Sweet. This is the fishing jersey. Sweet. And I've always wanted one and never bought one, so I figured I'd buy one. Guys, I've always wanted to try out a pissy fun spinning reel. This is called the Flame 3000. It's a 3000 size reel, 9+1 ball bearings, 5.2 to 1 gear ratio, typical of a spinning setup. It has a 17-pound drag, and yeah, it weighs 9.1 ounces. And I have, oh, it's even got the washers in there. Nice. I finally figured out what these washers are for. It's if you put line on the spool and it doesn't center off correctly, you judge the cadence of the line, or the whatever. You judge the line, you give it like a lot of judgment, and then you add a bearing or add a washer under the spool depending on how much the line is tilting. Now this reel is nice because it's already configured for mono and braid. Even has the handle on the right side. Sweet. Just got to tighten up the lock here so I can actually hold it open. And being a size 3000, I should be able to load a lot of line on it. And she's smooth as butter. Sweet. And I have the perfect rod for this. I picked it up the other day. So I plan on putting this copolymer hybrid line, the Yozuri hybrid line. There's 600 yards of it. It looks pretty thin. I plan on loading it onto this thing and using it on a 7-foot medium. I can't seem to find a 7-foot medium heavy, which is my preferred, but whatever. Whatever. I'll just put this shit over here for now. Let's check out this fishing jersey. Oh, that's good material. That's good material. Oh, that's the cloak part. Okay. It is by... Who's the company who makes it? Oh, it's a Badash. Badash. I should have known that by the symbol on the back. But yeah, it's got the real tree camo, my favorite form of camo. Some people like pixel camo. Some people like military camo. I'm a big fan of real tree camo. See, this comes up clutch for two things. Number one, when the water's clear and a fish comes up to surface to strike your bait at the last second, if it sees you standing there, it'll be hesitant and probably won't strike. I actually had that happen on Bobby's boat. I watched the bass come up to strike my bait, and it saw me and went, and it backed off and turned around and went back down deep, and I'm like, what the frick? Anyway, let's see if this thing fits. So we're gonna do our typical putting on the shirt. First, we need to grab the shirt, and then, well, it fits great. It's tight around the gut, but that's because I'm fat. Fits great. It's really nice. It's breathable as frig. Has a hood, which is sweet, so you can cover your head so you don't get friggin' sunburn. Also has a mask, so you can cover up your face and only keep your eyes visible. And that way there, you can get a real awkward face tan. You'd probably even just ninja this thing. You killed my father. Eh? All right, sweet. This will be great next time I go fishing, especially if I get that boat running. So I do need to engineer a way to mount or somehow get a bucket underneath the engine while it's attached to the boat. I was looking online last night at how to build like an engine stand for putting it in my garage, taking the motor off the boat, bringing it into the garage, and then tooling on it in there. I saw people using like old moving dollies and then ripping holes in the bottom, building a stand that way on the platform, like the actual where you put the box and then you tilt it back, and then putting a brace on the top that's about 5 inches away from the bars so that you can sit the motor on it and hangs over top of where you put the boxes. And that looked cool and all, but it also looked very unstable the way Buddy built it. That, and he only put like a little 3 horsepower motor on it, which probably weighs like 50 pounds. My motor weighs 108 pounds. I was able to get the specifications right off the website because now I know what I'm freaking dealing with. So rather than trying to build something, have it completely fumble and drop the engine on the ground and shatter it into 1,000 pieces, I figure we'll just do it right on the boat and hopefully that works fine. One thing I couldn't find was where the water pickup is. So it's located, yeah, it's just above the impeller, or the propeller shaft. So I need to get something that can hold water that the bottom unit can fit in without bottoming out because the prop spins because of some reason that the gear selector isn't gear selecting, if the bottom end spins when I fire it up, I don't need it chewing through the container. Or, you know, exploding the prop and sending metal shrapnel everywhere across my yard. The objective is get it running. If I can start it flawlessly, cool. Now, everybody I talked to about these 25 horsepower motors, they all said the same. Starting them cold is a pain in the ass. It takes a lot of back strength and 2 hands to pull it. So what they told me was pull the cord out until it stops and then give her a reef and she should kick over and start. So we will be trying that today. What I'm waiting for is some movement next door from my neighbors. I don't want to wake them up if they're sleeping because I have no idea how loud this damn thing's going to be. It is a 2-stroke, so it's probably going to sound like a 1980s lawn boy. So yeah, I don't want to piss anybody off with my own adventures, right? Because I'm not a dick. I'm not an asshole like that. And you shouldn't be an asshole to your neighbors. You kind of got to live beside them when you own property, right? So respect your neighbors if they're still sleeping, if they're having family time or something. I'm not about to go out there and start tooling on my boat. But I do plan on trying to get it started today. If we do get it started, the next mission, guys, is going to be to paint. And I got to get the numbers. I got to figure out how I'm going to put the numbers on. Do I just go to Dollarama and buy a number sticker kit, slap them on the side of the boat and just be dumb like that? Or do I try and make it look cool? Because I also need, I need to put the new name, the Squeaker Seeker, on the side or something funny like that. Because you know me, I catch small fish. It's kind of a curse. Like, I don't catch Goliaths. The only reason why I caught that huge walleye with Bobby is because all I had to do was reel it in. We were literally taking turns on the boat. That's how we were doing that. Bobby said he wasn't going to do it. It was just between me and Bloke. So I'd reel in a fish, then Bloke would reel in a fish. I'd reel in a fish, then Bloke would reel in a fish. Some of the fish I didn't record. I don't know why it didn't record, but it didn't record. We ended up keeping 2 walleye that day because they were 18 and 19 inches, which is perfect eating size. Anything above that, they usually taste putrid. You can really get that agey taste to it. But if you enjoy that, then whatever. But yeah, so I didn't touch those lines. I didn't set those lines. I'm known for catching the squeakers, picking on the young ones, whatever. So I figured the boat called the Squeaker Seeker is perfect because it's literally, unfortunately, how I fish. But I don't care. A fish is a fish is a fish is a fish to me. If I catch it, I'm happy. So anyway, guys, gonna wait until I see some movement next door and then we'll go out and play. All right, enough dilly-dallying and waffle paddling, whatever the hell waffle paddling is. We're going to get out there and try and start that boat. I just realized it's freaking overcast right now. Also, I'm going to show you the rod that this bad boy's going on. It's pretty dope. Pretty dope! Yeah, last night after I ended the video, I realized I forgot 2 steps on, well, not 2 steps, 1 step really, on the boat that I wanted to complete. Like right now, it's pretty much impossible for anybody to come along and take it. Oh yeah, it's overcast. It's muggy out though, but it's overcast. It's impossible for anybody to take it because Dirty Bird's in the way. So, but Dad gave me this thing to prevent a trailer from hooking up to it, or a hitch. Anyway, let's get this garage door open. So, the water intake on this, I believe, is right here. So I have some green garbage cans back here. There's one over there, and this one here that's already full of water. I think I'm going to tip that garbage can, spill all the water all over the lawn, and then we can go from there. But as for this beautiful new reel, Canadian Tire was having a deal the other day, and I know a lot of people hate these style of rods, but I absolutely love them because I'm a rod breaker. I picked myself up an Ugly Stick GX2 caster, or spinning, to go with my Ugly GX2 caster. And this thing is going to go on here. Boom, just like that. It's going to be sweet. All right, got the reel attached, just got to line it up. I'm thinking later today I might go fishing, but first, like I said, the project is get that boat to fire. So let's go ahead and put this thing back up top here. We'll line that up with some Yozuri. See, Bobby, this is what he uses, this trilene shit. He uses the green trilene. He says he loves it. It's great. It's good line. This, mind you, is 12 pounds. He says he puts 8 pounds on his. But whatever. To each their own, right? Alright, so I emptied out the garbage can and stuck it underneath the motor, but the problem is, it does need to come up a bit. Now, last year, I just stuck it on a milk crate, hence why there's a milk crate over here, which brought it up, but then that created a whole new problem. And that problem was that I wasn't able to get the damn motor, I wasn't able to get the bucket out from underneath it, because if I lift this up, and I put it under there, It's way too high. Like, it's going to be underwater. It's going to be great, but it's way too high up to really grab this here and pull it out from underneath. And due to all the water in it, it's way too heavy to get it out. I don't know if I could tilt the motor up or what, but I guess I probably could. There should be a release on this. I found it last year. I think this is it. I don't know what the hell that is. I think it's this thing. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to need to figure this out. Do I have anything that's smaller, that's not as tall as a milk crate, that's sturdy, just enough to get that part underwater? I got this 4x4 here, but I kind of don't want to cut that up anymore because, I don't know, I just don't. Got to be something I can use, for crying out loud. I don't know, man. I really don't know, man. Do I have any cinder blocks that are not retaining wood? A couple cinder blocks are smaller than milk crates. That I do not. Mind you, they're not really retaining wood, are they? They're just kind of sitting there. Could sit those down and that would give me enough leverage. Oh, I wish I had an easier way of doing this. What about one of these buckets? If I grab this pail full of stone and water and break the handle off because it's been sitting in the sun forever. I need 2 hands. That might accidentally work. It's a little wobbly right now, but I got a little bucket underneath just to prop it up. Shouldn't be hard to take it off either, or at least tip it. Of course, all the water is going to spill into my garage and soak the floor, because that's awesome. I'm not thinking this through, am I? No, I'm not. I wish there was a way to put muffs on this, because I think that's the intake there. They said it's just above where the impeller is, unless it's back here. That's the exhaust, maybe? I don't know. But that's where it pees out of after it circulates through the engine. All right, let me get this thing unbuttoned. The buttons are in there. All right, I'm gonna get the hose out, throw it in the pail, turn it on, let it fill the pail, or the thing with the stuff and junk. I need to organize my hose. Put you in there. Hope for no kinks, but we got kinks. All right, let me get this sorted. Alrighty, we'll let that fill up past the intake. I'm gonna continue unbuttoning this boat so we can get into it. Don't know if they're calling for rain today, but if they are, cool. Alrighty, she's all unbuttoned and ready to rock, so let's go ahead. It's funny how it's carpeted up here. He put this deck in afterwards, mind you. But this is where he stands and he fishes. He said he acquired his dad's boat, and then like his dad passed away, so he acquired his boat. And once that happened, he didn't need 2 boats, so that's why he sold this one here. Now, like I said, it came with a bunch of stuff. Like, it came with 2 freaking fish finders. I don't know what brand they are. I don't know if they're any good. They don't look color screen or anything, but they're Eagle. This one's a CUDA 168 and this one's a CUDA 300. Don't know much about them, but he said the head units are interchangeable. And I think I showed you guys last year on this. The trolling motor up there. There's stuff in here for it. Put this on the seat here. He preferred this, the pedal system. So you just put it on the floor and then you tap, 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 and it wirelessly connects to that. Batteries are cooked on it, so I think it only runs on CR 2032s, and I have a bunch of those in the house because of my old light on my hat also ran off CR 2032s. But then you can use either that, spare blade for the troller, that's useful. There should be a remote control in here for it too. Yeah, here it is. So you can wear this around your neck. Also runs on a CR 2032 and has one of those stretchy snapbacks. So you can clip that on your belt or something. And then you have your plus and your minus and your turn it on, off, left, right, all that fun stuff. So you can have a remote on you. Not sure what the heck this is for. Looks like a bearing of some sort. He never explained that one to me. Maybe the bearing on the trolling motor needs replacing. I don't know. He kind of never clued me in on anything, but that's all the shit for the trolling motor. He also included a set of new trailer lights, if I can't get these ones working, because of his hodgepodge setup. Now, there is no seat in the front for anybody to sit on. They got to sit on the hard bench. The only one who gets a comfy seat is the captain, or the navigator. But I have a feeling that unless Jean or Sarah comes out fishing with me, I'll be using this thing by myself. At which point, I promise you I will be wearing my life jacket at all times. Because guys, if you're going out fishing by yourself in a boat, don't be a hero. Wear a life jacket. If you fall and bang your head and you go overboard, the life jacket is designed to flip you over onto your back and keep your head above the water. That way there, freak's sakes, I almost walked into that. Great big freaking cobweb full of shit hanging from the ceiling. That way there, you know, if something does happen when you're on the water, at least there's a chance that if nobody finds you, you might recover. So if you boat by yourself, wear a freaking life jacket. We're out there fishing, not trying to make a fashion statement. Smarten up. Anyway, I'm gonna grab my jerry can, the one with the mixed gas, bring it into the boat, put some fresh gas mixed with oil in that boat, and then once we're got enough water in that garbage can, we'll see if we can get this bitch to start. Just as I started putting some fresh mix in the friggin' tank, I start hearing pissing. This thing's full. The garbage can tilted back a bit, but it's good. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine here. So let's go ahead now, finish putting some petrol in this thing, or whatever we call petrol mixed with oil. Petrol. Alrighty, we're all topped up. Just gotta hook up the fuel line, and then I look over and I realize I have a spectator. I don't know if she's cheering me on or wants me to come back in the house and give her pets, but she's watching. She's keeping an eye out. Obviously she can't come outside because she'll run away because she's like that. Alright guys, let's get this thing. Hopefully I'm not too far. Where the frig are the wheels on this thing? I'm standing on them. Last thing I need is this boat to tilt up in the air while I'm standing on it, because there's not enough weight in the front end. You go in like that. No, you go in like that. Yup. Alright. First thing I need to do actually is I need to remove the cowl. I might have to get down to do that. I think it's in the back. Reason being is the boat plug is inside the thing. So let me go do that now. I guess next up we prime the lines. So for that, I was told I got to squeeze this here as many times as it takes to make this friggin' thing rock hard. So let's do that now. I don't know how long I should be doing this, but it's not doing anything. Huh, I wonder if there's a problem with the tank. Like if the fuel line or something is degraded. That is open, so it can breathe. Oh, that made a difference. All right, I think we're ready to give it a pull. So, basically, what we need to do is move this into start. There's shift. There's start. Pull that out, and then grab onto this and give it a pull. I'm thinking it's not getting gas. I can smell gas. Dude! Dude! Dude, it started. It finally started. It finally started. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if it's in this position, is it just harder to pull? What is that, slow? Are we in gear right now? No, we're not. So if I... It friggin' works. We got a boat, motherfriggers. All right, you know what that means. We got a boat. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, my nipples are so hard right now. I'm so excited. You didn't need to hear that. So I'm thinking last year it was a combination of situations that caused problemations. First off, I didn't have it in the starting position. Guys, I've never owned a boat before. And I don't remember how we used to start my buddy's old Johnson 99, okay? The second thing is I was priming it like a lawnmower, 3 pumps pull. You don't do that. You prime it by squeezing the football or whatever, the primer pump, until it feels solid enough, and then you're good. The reason why I was squeezing it for like 3 minutes and nothing was happening, on here, this is an air vent. This was closed. If that's closed, air can't get in to replace the fuel that's getting out. You just lightly open it and then you're good. Now the fuel gauge on here, she don't work. But I have noticed a few things that others have on their boats that I do not have. Can you tell me what they are? It's pretty simple. If I bring it down to Armstrong and launch it, how am I going to tie it off? I don't see a single spot on this boat to attach a rope to. See, Bobby had one in the back and one in the front, because when he launched the boat, there's this rope here tied into that oar holder. But when he launched his boat, he had me grab the front and rear ropes, guide it off the trailer and bring it back. Yeah, that big boat. I guided that off the trailer and brought it back. Luckily in the water, there's like no friction. Bring it back and then sit it. I'm just so stoked, guys. I can go on I can go launch at Armstrong. I can go fish Trout Lake whenever the hell I want now. I got a boat, mother friggers, and it works. But anyway, sorry, I'm a little excited. I'll try to calm down. So I need to figure out how the frig to add rope to this. How does it screw in like this? So these braces for the clip-on canopy, those are just screwed right to the hull. Now on the 9.9 aluminum we had when we were kids, there were these like T-braces, you know, like they sit right here per se, and they come up and they tee out, and you wrap the rope around it. That would come up clutch. Even eye hoops or something that I can run a rope through, and then if I go somewhere with it, like for instance Armstrong, when I dropped the boat in the water, I just tied off on one of the floating docks or something, and then drive my truck and park it, and then come back, jump in the boat, fire it up, and take off and go play. Now this was a cold start, and she started like a dream. Like I can't, it's called inexperience. The entire time it's inexperience. So I definitely need that. I also need something to generate 12 volts, because I want to know if that trolling motor actually functions. I have CR30 2032s in the house. I can put one in the remote, but I want to see, spinning that outside of the water shouldn't cause a problem because the motor's up top and it doesn't look like any water gets up to it. I'm curious if that thing works. So we know you work. We know you work. Now if I disconnect this line, is it going to spray gasoline everywhere? Let's find out. No, it doesn't. All right, now the fun part. Getting that garbage can of water out from underneath the motor. I might just trip the bucket. But I wonder if I have an old car battery in here with enough jam. I wonder if my old truck battery has enough jam in it to maybe turn this pig over just to see if it functions. Okay, guys, we're not done with this project. Just saw this, and I'm wondering if he was using this as a tie-off on the docks. That's not enough. I might have to go on Canadian Tire's website, or worse, Canadian Tire itself, and pick up some boating accessories. Just go peruse the aisles so we can customize this thing. Because next weekend, boys, this whole week, I got martial arts on Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, after work, we're getting this thing water ready. We're getting on the water, and we're gonna catch a fish in our own boat. That's gonna be awesome. I guess I got a life jacket storage. Kind of filthy. I wonder if I can cut a piece of wood to fit on the bottom of that, just to, whatever, who cares. The other question is, will it leak when it's put in the water? Right now it will, because there's a giant hole in the back, but, well, you know, that hole's kind of there for a reason. It's the plug, which is right there. Anyway, I gotta get out of this boat. Let me go check the charges on these batteries. There's gotta be one in here that'll hold enough charge just to spin it over for 5 seconds. All right, guys, I just went and did some lookup in Canadian Tire to see what I can see. I'm not sure where I'm gonna find these things. I wanna get one for the other side too. Probably can't 3D print that. This rope's gonna come out of here. I'm gonna toss this. Canadian Tire sells waterproof rope for the application I want. What I'm looking for is, well, he has this rope in the front. So does he have a rope in the back? Did I just not notice it? Because if there's a rope in the front and a rope in the back, then I don't need to, there's nothing in the back. There's just one in the front, which is more than enough to guide the boat around. But what's this? Is that a rod? Oh, that's for this dorky thing. It's a light pole. You open it up and you, I don't know, put it in there somehow. And then you have a light bulb. And then this turns on at night. I won't be on the water at night, so I'm not too concerned. Another thing is this conduit. What the frig is that going to? Probably to this, which I need at night. I think I'm gonna 3D print a box and then clean up this electrical nightmare. Like, he's got a ground line here just sitting there doing nothing. I don't even know if any of this shit works. I don't even know what half this stuff's for. Up is probably one setting. So one is probably lights. Other one's probably bilge, because this line here goes to the transducer, which is over here, which is over here, which is over there, which is plugged into the Eagle 160. Keep in mind, guys, I also have my fish finder, my good one, that I use ice fishing, which is probably better than this Eagle Tech. I could always outfit that to this boat if I really wanted to. but then I won't have anything for ice fishing, but I don't know if I ever want to go ice fishing. Yeah, this is the lead here. This goes into the back conduit. So that's your power feed in. And then this red and black one goes to this light in the front. I thought there was another switch back here. Like, look, friggin' Marats, man. Like, come on, guys. Pull up. For Frig sakes. Just disgusting. I might make a power distribution block and put that all together. But I was looking at the truck battery. I was like, all right, we could probably use that. But then I was looking at this. This looks like a horrible job. Whatever. I think what I'm going to do, obviously the terminals in the truck battery being a Ford, they're really big, right? So I have an idea. Not sure if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. I'm going to clamp those wires right to the friggin' leads and hope to God these things don't catch fire. But the best idea I got. Is it stupid? Probably. But my other question is if I drop this trolling motor, is it going to hit the trailer right now? How far down does this go? Apparently pretty freaking far. Okay, as long as I don't turn it, can I adjust the collar here? That low, I just want it low enough where I can test it out. So if I do that, I'm just gonna spin the blade to make sure it doesn't impact with anything. We're clear. All right, it won't hit the hull, but I'm worried about if I turn it too much and it smokes this, that it's gonna explode that prop. So I just gotta be careful when I'm playing around with it. Something's gonna break. This is going way too easy. I also need to buy an air horn for this thing because it's supposed to have a way to make an audible alert in case some asshole's coming right at you. All right, guys, doesn't get any more redneck than this. Well, maybe it does. But, yep, that's my testing solution. An old Ford Fomoco truck battery. Should still have some voltage in it. I think we're aiming at it. Let's get this ground lead. I'm gonna have to move the battery. Too bad the motor didn't have a stator on it. It beeped. It beeped. Let's see here. If I click the on button, it spins. So if I want to... Cool. Let's turn it away. Well, that's awesome. All right, for shits and gigs, let's grab the foot pedal here, sit you on the ground, and let's click the on button. Turns on. That's awesome, dude. This thing works fine. This thing works perfect. We got ourselves a boat with a troller. How awesome is that, man? Everything freaking works. That's so cool. So cool. I am so stoked right now. Like, you don't even know. Like, I am so happy. So freaking happy. Obviously, I'm going to buy a proper battery. I'm not going to use the old Ford motor. This thing would probably have me 5 minutes on the water and the troller would cut out. But every time I went fishing with my buddy and we go into that pocket, we'd throw the anchor down, but the anchor would drag because it's all like silt at the bottom and mud until it finally grabbed onto something really good, like a log, and would hold it still. And he has a trolling motor on his, but his dad never got around to replacing the batteries. That's 3 years running now. So all I got to do is get a 12-volt marine battery deep cycle, and we should be good. Now the problem is the ones I want, I can't. Well, I'm not putting a lipo on it. I know people are already in the comments saying you should get a LifePo 100 amp hour and go. Like, it's not like I'm going to be running the trolling motor often, but when I want to use it, it's nice to have it. So I hear that compressor go off every night and I think it's mine, but I got mine turned off right now. All right, so I'm pretty much done playing boat games today because, well, the rest of the stuff is cosmetics and potentially electronics. Mind you, I might not worry about the trailer electronics right yet. I might just worry about the cosmetic aspect of it first. There was a strap around this motor to keep it from rocking side to side, and I don't know where it went. It's not this one, is it? Oh, I think it was this one. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember where it went. It's not in the boat shed. I got straps, unless it's this one. No, this is attached here because I have no idea why. I'm thinking this is what he used to tie off on the dock. Worst case, I don't need tie offs. I just need the rope. I can close that thing up so it doesn't get rusted. Like, there's handles back here that I can run a rope through and keep it in the boat and then tie off on a dock that way. Just in case I go out to my buddy's house, go out and just show up and visit my second dad. It's my buddy's dad, because I used to spend all my summers Literally one year, I think I was there from June till like end of August, like the whole summer there, and all we did was go boating and swimming and just party on the lake. And like I was young, and that's when I said, like, he had that 12-footer, was tiny, and we used to both jump on it and go ripping around, go to Camp Island and stuff. And I'll finally be able to show you guys Camp Island, because a lot of memories there. We might even beach this bitch, land it, and go take a walk on Camp Island, and I can show you guys. You can camp on Camp Island, I believe, too. Almost buttoned up the boat with you guys in it. Whoops. And just like that, we're all battened up and good to go. So, sweet. I noticed a bit of water in the front end. I think it's leaking in from right here, because it's not a perfect seal, right? But whatever. Boat plugs out. It won't fill. It won't fill. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine here. But yeah, I think the next step is get some proper rope to tie it off, get a marine battery to charge the equipment and run the equipment, get rid of this grand dam, come up with a stencil idea for Squeaker Seeker. Wish I had a Cricut. Could just get a vinyl made for this too. Get rid of this here identifying number and spray on my own, because that's no longer valid. 550. This boat came out of the US. Like, this boat's changed hands so many times and nobody bothered to register it. I have no idea how the M&R never caught up to them, because like the previous owner, the Canadian government couldn't find it. So they said, all right, we'll just make it a salvage title and we'll give it in your name. The boat's worthy, so you can just have it. And I was like, well, I can't just have it. I paid a guy for it, but thanks. So yeah, like they didn't even know who it belonged to. Like, that's how bad it was. Anyway, guys, like I've talked on yesterday's video about being selfish with your time, this boat was kind of a learning experience on that too. Let me explain myself. On yesterday's video, I talked about we're going to get the boat motor going. I said maybe I should ask on Facebook. I have a lot of mechanically smart friends on Facebook that know shit about stuff. Some of them have even fully rebuilt outboards that go on big boats, like not these little tiller jobbies. I'm talking about like it's the motor that goes inside and stuff. Like this part, like the bottom end is actually embedded in the boat, and you have a steering wheel and everything to turn it. They know a lot about motors. Now these people I've also helped them out. Computer stuff. Oh, I have a friend who's moving. Can you give us a hand? Yeah, sure, man, I'm in. Kill my weekend and go and help them out. And I basically lose out on my weekend because now I'm just lifting heavy objects into the back of my truck to bring it over to their other location to take it back out and put it into a different house. Go out of my way to help people, and then it doesn't happen often. It really doesn't happen often that I ask for help. I rarely ever ask for help. It's not a pride thing. It's a thing that one pug life told me a long time ago, even though I can't stand the guy because he'll use people to the point where they become useless and then just throw them away like a friggin' French fry wrapper. But he said something to me that clicked, and since then things have been different. And what he said was, a human built it, so why can't any human fix it? And that clicked. Like, why do you need a mechanic? Is it because they study mechanics? Is mechanics that hard to learn for what you're doing? Sure, the course itself is huge because you're covering so much. But if you're just trying to fix one thing, that's just a 2-hour course. So why can't you learn that on your own and then do it yourself, you know? You want to learn how to weld? You know what the best way to learn how to weld is? Get yourself a welding mask, get yourself a welder, grab some scrap metal and start tacking it together and figuring it out. Need some pro tips? Guess what? YouTube? It's a lot more than people doing stunts and bullshit. There's a lot of instructional videos on there. YouTube University should be a thing because Jesus Murphy. I learned a lot through YouTube, a lot about these boat motors, and like I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning last night researching, studying, figuring things out, figuring out how this boat motor works, to realize what the problem was the way I was pulling it. You remember last year when I was trying to pull it, how hard it was? Did you notice I was trying to yank it? This time here, I'd pull it out till she resisted and then I would jerk it. Back then, I was trying to rip start it like a freaking lawnmower. You can't do that with these. There's way too much compression. You have to pull out the string until you feel it stop and then give her a rip. 2 hands, full backspin, and just give her. Last year it was like chug, 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 chug. Like it was so bad. This year, using all the new techniques that I picked up from researching and all that, because this guy was having a problem with his 35 horse, saying that the electric start failed on it and the part's no longer made. The part is made. He could find one if he goes on eBay. There's tons of used ones. Trust me, I looked. I can find the motor, I just can't find the bracket. Because a lot of people don't just sell the bracket, because the bracket comes with the motor when you buy the electronic version. If I could have found a bracket and a motor and all that, I would have made that motor electric start. I would have spent the money, the 60 bucks for the motor, whatever for the bracket. Why the frig do I have a tree growing out of my bike? What the frick is even going on down here? Holy shit. Guys, we got to investigate. We got to investigate. We got plant life penetrating the garage. As a carnivore, I cannot accept this. What are you doing, Vines? Hey, thinking you're all clever and shit. Thinking I wouldn't see you. Oh, I saw you. I saw you, little bastards. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Son of a horse. Oh, man. Plant life's gonna fight me this year, I bet. That's fine. I got a Ryobi brush cutter. I'll teach it a lesson or two. But guys, the objective now, throughout this week, get this sea-sucking sumbitch ready. As long as the weather's good next weekend, we're gonna be on Trout Lake. We're gonna fish the pocket. We're gonna sonar sweep for deep spots and jig for walleye. We're gonna send it until they bend it. And we're gonna do it in my boat. It's gonna be great. So get ready for a week of building this thing up. Something else I got to do is pull that plate off, put my trailer plate on, because I kind of sort of need to do that. Yup. And I need to find that container that he gave me with the trailer lights, because if I can't get those pieces of shit to work, I might just stove the other set on properly. Because story behind why it's all Mickey Mouse wired up is because literally one guy was at home doing the wiring and the other guy was off to get doing something. I can't remember what the frig he was doing, but he was doing something. I think he was getting the trailer registered into his name. Yeah, that's what it was. He was getting the trailer moved over to his name so they could tow it to the lake without having the MTO pull him over because of a unlicensed trailer. He needed a plate for it because Bro Beans, who owned it before, took the plate off and he pulled it back to his plate. And then he went and got a plate for it, and while he was doing that, the other guy was wiring it up, and he basically used whatever he had, being Marette's, thinking, we'll fix it later on, let's just get this boat in the water and go fishing. Well, 3 years of owning the boat, he never got around to fixing it, so that old saying, if it works, don't fix it. Well, sometimes you probably should, because that's how shit breaks. But it'd be really good if I can get these lights to work, not the ones underneath the boat, but these ones right here, the ones built into the boat. That would be really good, because they're Maretted too, for crying out loud. No wonder why they don't work. They probably got waterlogged. Those are LED lights, and they're really, really good. So if I can get those up and running, that'd be sweet. But I know he gave me a thing, and I can't remember where the hell I put it, because it was like 2 years ago when I bought the boat, and I never got around to actually launching it. But as you guys know, you've been watching my channel for a while, I tend to take a long time to do shit. And the other thing is I've never launched the boat. But anyway, back on talking about being selfish with my time, I go out of my way. I help everybody when they ask. Whenever I ask for help, it's either I get ignored or I get asked, well, or they help, but then later on they message me and go, hey man, I need help with this. Remember that time I helped you with your boat? And it's like, yeah, you remember that time I helped you move and I fixed your mom's computer for free and I did this and that and this and that and everything else for you? Loaned you 20 bucks, you never paid me back, and I just wrote it off. And do you remember all those times? You came over and helped me fix a boat. I figured that was repayment for all the shit that I've done for you in the past. But it doesn't work that way with me for some reason. And the other thing is people telling me what I need to do with my life. Like, oh, you should sell the boat. You should just sell it. Just get rid of it. I've been told that by so many people. Just sell it. Just get rid of it. You don't need that. It's dangerous. You don't need that. Get rid of it. Just dump it. Or how about, no, I'll do what I want. I'm 46 friggin' years old. And I got a boat, so you can just deal with it. But yeah, that's what being selfish with my time is going to be. If I don't want to do something for someone, I won't anymore. I'm not going to feel bad about it either. And that was the problem, is I used to feel bad about not helping people out when they needed help. So I wonder. I just saw a can of red trim clad. I'm just going to make some room to get to my paint shelf here. You are red. Oh, you're plastic paint. You're plastic paint. What are you? Not much left in you. I'm about to try something. Anyway, guys, I just filmed an entire clip. I have no idea what the hell I said because Dum Dum over here forgot to hit record on the camera because, well, it's freaking hot out today. I'm sweating buckets and my gray shirt is now 2 tones of gray. So it's sweat wicking, but when there's no wind, there's nowhere for the sweat to wick to and evaporate. But anyway, guys, I'm going to shut her down here. Boat is working, both the gasser and the electric. So next up, I got a lot of work to do on this thing. On the last scene, I did grab some red Tremclad spray paint and I sprinkled it over the Grand Dam because I wanted to do that to see what it would look like. And I have a feeling I'm going to be wiping this boat down with some cleaner, and we're going to roll on some red and make it really pop. Make it really pop. Don't know when I'm going to do that. Tomorrow they're calling for wet all day, but I got to figure out how I'm going to put my new hull license number or hull identification number on it. And then once we get all this sorted out, I'm pretty sure for the ropes, like I got a rope in the front here, and this should be more than enough to tie off to a dock or something. I just got to get something for the back, and then I was thinking, because sometimes I do that, in the back here, I got these like handles for lifting the boat up. Why can't I just run ropes off of that? Not to mention, on the boat, there's these hooks. So I could run a rope, hook it up to one of those, I might have a smaller version in here. Maybe not. Maybe I do. Forget it. I don't need to buy any of those because I have a whole friggin' wall of them. You know, take one of these jobbies, tie a rope onto it, and then just boom. Oh, I need to have it on the other side. Take it off, come over to the other side, clip it on here. And then I got a rope to tie off on. That might work. That might work. Anyway, guys, I'm friggin' sweatier than hell. It's hot out. There's no wind. But I think for the next video, I want to go do some fishing because I haven't held a fish in like 6+ days, and I'm starting to lose sight in my left ear. So we got to remediate that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, live it to win it and peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.